Good morning. I'm with Election Protection. If you're going in to vote, if you have any issues, be it a broken machine, be it any issues whatsoever, and you need assistance, we can help.
Okay.
All right? Have a good day.
You too.
My name is Ronald Pierce. I'm from Bayonne, New Jersey, and currently I'm on parole. As a volunteer for Election Protection, I'm here to assist anybody with any issues they have when they go in to vote. And because my right to vote is, at the moment, not allowed, it feels like I'm being a part of the process to make sure that the process still works in this country. It was always important in my family to vote. The vote was vital, and it means so much. You know, voting is the cornerstone of democracy. It's what makes you a citizen. It's not only a right of yours, it's also a responsibility to your community. My father he was adamant how important the vote was. You know, so he had instilled in me the importance of the vote. Good morning. I'm with Election Protection. If there's any issue with voting, you can come out and let me know. I could assist.
All right.
All right?
Thanks.
All right. Have a good day. I haven't seen too many people come as a family. That was the big thing. Even when I was a kid, you know, go as a family, you vote, you walk home, and it was coffee and donuts, or milk and donuts when I was a kid. They believed that you had to be able to hold your government responsible, and the way you do that is if they're not doing what you like them to do, you vote for somebody else.
Patel. She wrote our new report, and Ron Pierce, who I know you know. So I'll turn it over to Ryan now.
Thanks, Lori, and thank you to so many of you who've joined us for the release of our report today, Value to the Soul.
So my name is Ryan Haygood. I lead the New Jersey Institute for Social Justice. There are 2 states in the country that do not restrict voting for people with criminal convictions. So in Maine and Vermont, people vote whether in prison, on probation, or parole. And part of that recognition is that voting is recognized as a fundamental right that's not taken away by virtue of a criminal conviction.
I especially want to thank Assemblywoman Sumter for joining us, and also for both sponsoring and championing A3456, which is historic legislation that will finally restore voting rights to everyone in New Jersey with a criminal conviction.
At this point, within our powers as a New Jersey legislature, we have an opportunity to right some of the historic wrongs that are systemic within the voting process. So this bill gives us an opportunity to be a game changer, not only for our political system, but also for our civic system.
Good afternoon. My name is Ron Pierce. I am the Democracy and Justice Fellow at the New Jersey Institute for Social Justice, and I am currently on parole and am denied the right to vote. In this campaign, we have sought to give voice to the people who have been silenced, to raise the ghosts of our democracy out of the shadows. I have been without a voice for more than 33 years. However, my father instilled in me voting was not only a fundamental right, but it was my duty to our community. when you're talking about the number of people being disenfranchised, the majority of people in prison come from the poor communities, and vast majority of them come from communities of color. So you're taking the voice away from those people that most need you to hear what's needed. So that's why the vote is important. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ron. We'll turn it now.
Friday, we found out that they hastily drafted a bill for parole and probation only, and then that they submitted it and posted it for a hearing for today, which is less like a week since it's first been introduced, where we couldn't get for 2 years we've been trying to get a hearing on the other one. I have mixed feelings about it. One, it's going to give voting back to 83,000 people, and yet the reality is we're not where a progressive state really ought to be. If it was just about me, I would be thrilled to death. But my fight isn't about me. It's about those that I made promises to on the inside that I would not forget them, and that I would fight for them, as well as myself, as well as everyone that's formerly incarcerated.
Assembly Bill 5823 removes the prohibition on voting by persons convicted of indictable offenses who are on parole or probation. Mr. Chairman, there are no amendments to the bill.
Thank you. We have a number of people that have signed up to testify. Because of the hour of the day, we may trim some of the testimony as we go, but we're going to start.
When disfranchisement first arose in the 1820s, it was a tool to diminish not just the voice, but the value of free black men and of women. In New Jersey, as some of you may be aware, women who owned property could vote for a period of time before that was eliminated in the 19th century.
The United States criminal justice system disproportionately arrests, convicts, and incarcerates people of color.
New Jersey has the highest black to white incarceration disparity rate in the country.
We need to not continue to repeat bad history that this country has already gone through. Stripping people of their right to vote is the same as relegating them to second-class citizens.
I believe that we are at a historic moment in our nation and in this state to turn the tide on what was first enacted to disenfranchise people that was emancipated from slavery.
Now, we have a considerable stack of people that are in favor. This committee would like to vote on this bill. I suspect the outcome today is going to be something you're going to be pleased with.
On the motion to report Assembly Bill 5823, Ms. DeMasso? Mr. Rooney has left a vote in the negative. Mr. Wirths?
This is part of the sentence. There has to be, this is a penalty. Whether you're on probation or parole, it's part of your criminal sentence. And it's not, you wouldn't be on parole if you weren't incarcerated for a serious crime. So I will be a no on this.
Ms. Munoz? Ms. Tucker?
Yes.
Ms. Pinter-Marin?
Yes.
Ms. Mosquera?
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo has left a vote in the affirmative. Mr. Conaway?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Scher has left a vote in the affirmative. Mr. Chairman?
Yes, the bill is released.
This doesn't cut it. This doesn't cut it. A solution for few is not a solution for all.
I'm not compromising either. They didn't give anybody that except for Anthony, any time to speak that was formerly incarcerated. So they're not listening to us yet.
Exactly. So it's almost.
Oh, you are forgotten in prison. It's more than a feeling, it's a reality. When I first got locked up, I got visited every week. Over time, people have to get along with their lives, my family did. And for the last 10 years of my sentence, I got visited by my family maybe 2 times, 3 times. Studies do show that being allowed to vote, right, lowers the recidivism rate. So how is it justified to remove voting from those incarcerated on parole and probation when what you're trying to do is rehabilitate so that they come out to be better members of society? You don't increase a democracy by silencing a population.
Bill on the clerk's desk.
On third reading and final passage, Assembly Bill 5823, sponsored by Slim vs. Sumter, Tucker, Holly, and Timberlake. Removes prohibition on voting by persons convicted of indictable offense who are on parole or probation.
Mr. Speaker, I move the bill.
Assemblywoman Sumter moves the bill. Assemblyman Weber.
There is a reason why we have a saying in our language that is used to denote something that's absurd. We say, the inmates are running the asylum. This bill literally allows the inmates to run the asylum. Both makes no sense and is completely unfair.
Assemblywoman Sumter.
It makes perfect sense to restore the rights to vote to 83,000 people who have made some type of mistake in their lifetime. The right to vote is not a privilege, but a constitutional right for those who are citizens of this great state of New Jersey.
This is an important bill for everybody. Not one party, not one human being. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I move the bill.
Please control yourself. Madam Clerk, please open the machine for a vote.
Is Ron still in there? You see, he got to push the vote.
Oh, did he?
He did. He pushed the vote. Yeah, he pushed the vote. Don't move. It's coming.
I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. I got to actually vote, even though it wasn't the vote in the voting booth, but I got to vote the bill in. And I'm a bit overwhelmed because now we got to go to the Senate and convince the Senate. Think about my father, sorry. How he would feel about me getting to this point, considering how important voting was that he taught us from little children. So to be able to vote on a bill to allow people to vote, you know, it's got to bring pride in his heart. I just wish he was alive to see it. It's about time you did something right. No, I don't know what he'd say. I really don't. He'd say, "You just did what you were meant to do." You know, so I don't know. That's about as far as I can go with that.